Women always say they want a good man because they are just copying what Disney, mainstream media, and movies are suggesting to them. However, when they finally found one, polygamy came along and they hung out with men who neither appreciated nor respected them. And she had several men already, if you know what I mean. The woman felt sad and lonely. Unable to bear the cognitive dissonance, she burst into tears. At first, she might accuse the man of taking advantage of her, but she didn't close her leg either. In fact, she knows deep down that her decisions are mostly wrong and that the good man she really wanted in the past is now living an independent life without mind games and matrix programming. Good men are hard to find because they are not looking for women. Good men strive for success, strive for self-improvement, and certainly don't have the time or motivation to like women. Instagram post today, and you'll soon see why these women complain so much when they're alone and don't even take responsibility for their bad decisions. But before we go any deeper, let me share my comments of the day. It's hard to choose the best this time too. Now back to the video. Women should know that they can't seem to find a good man for one or more of the following reasons. They choose too few men, they look in the wrong places, they fall in love with the wrong things, their standards are unrealistic. There are more taller or flatter ones, and they ignore them. The last one is funny. The reality is that women regret rejecting or hitting men who really care about them. Women's so-called good men are wary of who they date or marry, or they just don't want to deal with the headaches the justice system can cause. Men are becoming increasingly critical when it comes to divorce, which is certainly necessary given the current state of Western society. Let me dig deeper. If I had $1 every time I heard these complaints, I'd be a multimillionaire by now. First of all, most good men know that even if most women say they are looking for good men, they are still attracted to bad men. Men who don't fall into the bad boy category are either role-playing or simply fleeing the dating market out of boredom. Second, men realize that it is almost impossible to find a good woman. Just because someone thinks they are a good person doesn't make them a good person. Third, men worry about false accusations, parentage, cheating, alimony, and other gene-centric practices that punish men, in a system that clearly favors women. Equality is nothing but a liberal fantasy. This is why good men choose to keep women out of sight to avoid trouble. In short, men do not want to be seen as the root of all evil. So they either choose to join the dark side as bad boys, or they leave the dating scene and live a quiet life. I strongly recommend you choose the latter. Gone are the good old days. Most good men go their own way because they know it's hard to find a good woman who will be with them, not because of what they have. Modern society may talk about changing gender roles and fighting stereotypes, but at the end of the day, this is yet another narrative that undermines family values, social peace, and tolerance. In your grandparents' time or earlier, most women loved the way a man looked. Husbands and wives love each other and are loyal to each other. Rich or poor, good or bad, healthy or sick, they are all together. Why were people like this back then? Well, they are not promiscuous. In most cases, her spouse is the only lover. Sex is the sacred bond between them. Did you see it? This is quite different from today's paradigm. Today, there is little love between men and women. Most people have dozens or more lovers before marriage. Sex is for pleasure and has no value. You can easily get S through dates, one-night stands, and more. They keep their spouse dry when they are down and need them most. Unfortunately for you, this is 21st century love. I know stories of women leaving their husbands because they were unemployed or injured. It was devastating for the man who gave it all. If you want to get married or be in a relationship, have someone to help you and take care of each other during difficult times. Forget it. The best way to enjoy life as a man is to find hobbies that keep you busy in your free time. The best way to protect yourself is to stay single, live a healthy life, and save money. If you're debt-free and have a large emergency fund that can last for years, you're safe as a man. I envy my grandparents and previous generations. Despite being poor and low-tech, they have true love. Today, we live in an age where women only realize they want love after being beaten by a few men. Let's face it, a lot of people just want meaningless things to satisfy their desires. Love will be a thing of the past unless society undergoes a cultural revolution that returns it to honesty, integrity, responsibility, and realism. In general, good people will do the jobs they've established: business overtime, training, and general improvement. They set goals for themselves in various fields. Your priority list is defined and your framework is solid. Just by looking at the social landscape, they realize that brothers came before chicks. I take the liberty of rewriting futures, covering up phrases, chasing checks, and never chasing chicks. This made me close this video. Can you see a little letter that can change everything? It does. It's a small decision if you stay the same. In other words, if you believe the lies of society and accept that men need to put women on a pedestal, do it. However, I guarantee you will not succeed. On the other hand, if you recognize that society's lies are harmful and don't want to succumb to modern tyranny, then welcome to the club. MGTOW is getting bigger because men can't stand the pain of being seen as disposable, even though they are the backbone of every society and economy. MGTOW is full of inspiring stories of people who suffer, but then wake up from a lie and start building their best lives. Now it is your turn. What do you think? Have you ever met a woman who complained about not being able to find a good man? Do you consider yourself a good person? If so, what are you doing to build your best life? Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please click the like and subscribe buttons. Comment and share. See you in the next video. Until next time.